If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.
In a moment, but Nestor has been traveling all around the baseball world in a very quick amount of time. I know you guys go back a ways from your playing days, right, Monty?
Yeah, probably 25 years.
This is a good man here. This is one of my favorite people in baseball, Jeff Montgomery.
All right, tell us about what's going on here. You were in Arizona yesterday, LA tomorrow, Kansas City today. Why?
So my wife was diagnosed with leukemia, a very rare form of leukemia, last March 20th, and battled for her life. She had a bone marrow transplant on June 26th of last year. That's her taking the pictures right now. She's she's offset. This is my favorite stadium, by the way, so it's a privilege.
Nice.
This is a real highlight to bring my wife here tonight. She had a bone marrow transplant last June. A 21-year-old man saved her life on the bone marrow registry. We had never heard of any of this. She was diagnosed with leukemia, and we didn't even know where to turn or what to do. There were two people in the world that could have saved her life. A 21-year-old guy stepped up from Germany to do that, and it's all done through DNA and through swabbing. It takes 30 seconds to get on the bone marrow registry. We've been swabbing in ballparks all over the country. We've even swabbed some broadcasters, although we forgot our kits today, Jeff, so you're off the hook, but we're going to get you on the registry. And we're saving lives and creating awareness, and it's amazing how many people were like us 18 months ago that did not know about this, and my wife is really a miracle survivor. Last year during the All-Star game, she wanted to go to the All-Star game. She was battling after the transplant, and I promised her I'd take her this year, so we're headed off to Cincinnati, and then I just added 30 stops in between, and Kansas City being my favorite. So it's great to be here tonight, have a barbecue, and just a beautiful night for baseball.
And talk a little bit about the candidates who would qualify to swab to be part of this registry.
18 to 55, but here's a really important part of this, is that my wife's life was saved because she's white. 90% of the registry in the world are people from Western Europe, Germany, and the UK, where it's much more of a social responsibility to be on the registry. And a lot of people come up with their driver's license and they'll say, I'm a donor. And no, that's when you die. This is when you're alive. It's like giving blood. Her donor was hooked right arm and left arm with a PICC line and watched a movie for 2.5 hours and saved her life. We don't get to meet him for another year because he's German, and Germany's rules are 2 years. And here's a Kansas City story for you. It's a local story. My wife's best friend from the hospital, a lady named Maria Dennis, she's a morning host in radio in Baltimore, does mixed radio. She had her life saved the same day as Jen with a bone marrow transplant. Her donor, a Kansas City man. And we just found out last week. It's still anonymous, but he's from Lenexa. Is that sound right?
Yep.
He's a Lenexa, Kansas resident. He saved our friend's life last June 26th, and they haven't met yet.
Wow.
So
it's
really
unbelievable.
incredible.
Real quick before we let you go, it's easy. It
30
takes
seconds.
nothing.
30 seconds to save a life. Spit on a Q-tip on your left cheek, on your right cheek. You put it in the envelope.
That's it.
It's so easy we can administer it. And I'm not medical at all.
Hey, I just want to ask, Nasty Nestor, where's the nickname from?
My name's Nestor, man. It had to be alliterative. I mean, was Sugar Ray sweet? Was marvelous really marvelous? You know, it's been a blessing and a curse. But 25 years later, it's so just great friends all over baseball. You're really a great guy for doing this. Please get on the registry. If you're between 18 and 55, it takes 30 seconds. It's spit on a Q-tip, and there's a lot of spitting in baseball. You know that, right?
Absolutely. Sometimes good, sometimes bad.
Sometimes sunflower seeds. Absolutely. Last time I was here, I was spitting. I'm from Baltimore. I wasn't real happy last October.
How'd that work out for you guys?
Well, it didn't have a happy ending for you, but I love the Royals, and I'm going to get a George Brett shirt or a jersey tonight because, you know, he was my guy.
And we got to get you a Royals cap, too.
Yeah, I got to get a blue. My dad and my mom brought me here in 1983, and my dad wore a Royals cap for years before he passed away, so I'm going to get a Royals cap tonight.
Keep the great work up. 30 games, 30 stadiums in 30 days. Jen, thanks for being here, too. An incredible inspiration, and you guys are doing amazing work.
If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.